Hi, it's Carol from Cape Cod Cottage Garden. Before I show you what we're going to be doing in my garage today, I'll just insert some video I took yesterday picking up the supplies I needed to build my fence. Here goes nothing. I have to drive all the way to the Cape with 80 1x4x8s and my Highlander. And I have the post hole. Happy fence building. It is fence building day, or at least the start of it. It's really cold here today on Cape Cod on Zone 7A. It is the 3rd of March and it is 39 degrees and partly cloudy. It's very sunny though, so it feels good. I'm going to be doing most of this in my garage, but let me just show you my plan for the fence. Now, I've never built a fence before, so this will be interesting. I do have a power auger that Mr. Hubby is going to help me to set the posts. In building the fence, I tried to be as economical as possible. So originally I was going with 2x4 construction, pressure treated, but now I decided the way I'm going to do it, and you'll understand in a minute when I show you, 2x4 would have been overkill. So I did by 1x4s, by 8s. But in order to be as economical as possible, I decided to make the fence panels 8 feet long, because that's dimensional lumber that I bought, comes in 8-foot lengths, 4 feet high. And they are going to be supported in the middle because that is quite a big span. So let me spare you that because I started to ramble really long, so I cut myself off. This is just me cleaning up the garage, getting ready to make some space so we can start the building process, which was quite an adventure. That's all the cardboard I'm going to use in my garden, and I'm piling it on top of the big bags of vermiculite I have. Okay, well, that didn't work out as planned. I had to change the way I did the panels. But after about 3 hours, we have one panel done. But now that we have it figured out, hopefully the rest will move much quicker. So the hardwood cloth down here that's hanging out, that is going to be, you know, flat on the ground, so facing out, so the bunnies and stuff can't dig under the fence. But here we go. Now we have to make 8 more of these. So I don't mean to be a negative Nelly, but this is not going great. I've been at this since probably 10 o'clock this morning. Mr. Hubby was helping me. We have one panel done right here. And then we have a half of the panel kind of done, maybe a quarter done. And we ran out of staples. So I went to 5 stores and they don't have the staples. So I have to go to a bigger town and look for staples. Not only that, so I said, oh, I'll just get the hardware cloth cut. I'll measure it all and I'll cut it all so all the pieces will be ready. And I pushed it and it went all the way out into the street. It rolled, it kept rolling. It went all the way across the street, hit that wall over there. And there was a car coming, and I had to, like, so embarrassingly have the car wait while I rolled it all back up the hill, up into my driveway. Needless to say, it is not going well, and it is freezing. My hands are numb. So far, this is not a pleasant experience. I'm hoping we get more proficient when we figure it out. We made that one wrong 3 times, the second one. 3 times we had to tear it apart and put it back together. And the bad thing is it's going to rain all day tomorrow, and I only have 2 more weekends before I have to put all my plants in this garden. Well, not all of them, but the cold hardy ones. So that's where we stand. I'm going to try to take a deep breath and keep going. Hey folks, we're on day 2. We got 3 built yesterday, and now it's pouring, so we're doing it in the garage. See how we do today. Hopefully we'll be more proficient today. So here we are on day 2, building all our panels. Mr. Hubby was off today, obviously it was Saturday, so he was able to help me. And we did get into kind of the flow of it and figured out what we had to do, and we did work more efficiently, and we got quite a few done this day. I think we did 8-foot panels on this day. It was kind of turned out to be kind of fun. So it's the next day. It is Sunday, March 5th maybe. But anyways, we Managed to get all the panels done, the big panels, 8-foot panels. Now we have to make 4 more, either 4-foot panels or 5-foot panels. We haven't decided yet. We had to make the panels. It was a big learning curve. It took us 2 days. We had company in between, all kinds of stuff, and it was pouring rain. Sorry, I'm just zipping up because it's freezing. It was pouring rain, but this is what we end up. If the design is a little bit different, instead of doing it the way I originally told you, I did it a different way. If you're interested in to know exactly how I did it, I could leave instructions or ask me a question. I'll be happy to answer. But basically, these are 8-foot panels with the hardware cloth in between. I have about 2 feet of hardware cloth sticking out the bottom to create an apron, just like that. So it'll kind of be like that on the ground, so animals can't dig under as easily, like bunnies and stuff. We just went to Home Depot. We're having a really hard time sourcing. I wanted to get the 4x4 posts, and I wanted the 6-foot lengths, but they only had 8-foot lengths, and I could only fit this many in my car. So we got half the posts right now. We're going to try to put half the posts in today, hopefully, and go from there. The fence has been a challenge, I have to be honest. It has been a challenge. Whoops, my finger. But onward and upward. So it is now 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, March 5th, and we got 1 panel up. We're digging our 3rd post hole, and we hit our sprinkler system, so we can't use the auger. We have to dig by hand. Good times. So here we are on the day we were supposed to really bang away at this. It has been rain, freezing rain and snow all day. It is 36 degrees, blowing, cold, miserable weather. The rain it's still raining, but it's raining very lightly right now, so we're going to try to get a little bit done. We just need a break in the weather, folks. So this is the end of a very long, cold, and frustrating day, and we decided just to finish up by laying some cardboard in all the pathways to keep the weeds down and call it a day. And at the very end, you'll see that my camera crashes to the ground with the wind. So we were done for the day, and we're hoping for better success tomorrow. Guys, we finally have a day that didn't rain all day. It did rain a little bit, but the sun's out now. Look how much we got done. It's coming along, my vegetable garden. We put the cardboard down, got most of the fence up. We still have to build an arbor and a trellis, and we have 1 more panel to build in the back, but we're getting there. Woo! I know it may seem odd that I'm showing you my seedlings at the end of my fence building video, but we were so exhausted after the whole dilemma of building the fence that I never filmed like a little wrap up for the end of my video. So I thought I'd just explain that. And while I'm explaining it, I might as well show you some pretty plants, because look at everything growing. Looks great. But anyways, the fence was kind of a disaster, I gotta be honest. But it is almost done. It's 95% done right now. And so the next step will be getting the soil, which I'll show you what we're gonna do with the soil, and also doing the drip irrigation. So that's it. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for following along. And if you like the content, please like and subscribe. And I really appreciate any help, constructive criticism, anything at all. But look at my seedlings. They look great.